reality. So today I'm going to make what I would call semi-homemade étouffée, shrimp étouffée. Seafood is really literally my favorite food. So well, I figured let's just make some. Now, some people, you know, if they Creole or if they from Mississippi or New Orleans or Louisiana, or any place like that, they swear they have like dominion over any type of Cajun food. Okay, they're very uppity, like the French, where they came from. They're very uppity. Oh, your gumbo gotta look like this and that, and it's like, shut up. If Louisiana, these people have made it to where all I have to do is add some butter, spices, seasoning, and my shrimp. Why are we knocking everybody else? That's all I'm saying. Just because your great grandma, you know, knew how to do it, you know, that doesn't mean she doesn't know. She does. She can make it from scratch. She being me, her. She does. But she has things too. She does. And I want to eat, so there's that. Okay, so I just start with like, on here, you're supposed to read the instructions, but I don't really, I just kind of do my own thing. That's why I say I'm Chanel, and it's my reality. But on here it says you're supposed to have like 4 tablespoons or something, 5 tablespoons of melted butter. And this says that it is, let's see. Oh, okay, so this is actually, this is 5 tablespoons, so, okay. See, look at the etouffee guide. See, it's shining on me, child. This sound okay. But I always use Kerrygold butter. I don't know if y'all like Kerrygold butter. It's the Irish people butter, and it tastes good, child. You put it on anything, and it tastes good, okay? So we're just gonna go ahead and, you know, start with a little bit of love with this melted butter here. I need a napkin. So you start with the, oh, and I went to Bahama Books. Y'all know Bahama Books? Why they put one right by my house? It's not, this is not of God. It's not. I can't resist every day. Every day I'll be like, damn it. But it is what it is, okay. So, I don't know, I can't really show y'all the butter. Yes, I can, hold please. So you're melting the butter, and you wanna have this on like medium high. You don't want it to burn. So, you can see the butter. I don't know if I can show, no, let's see. Y'all can kind of see the butter that's melting away, right? Okay, so while that's melting away, you definitely wanna have yourself a little spoon, right? And you need a whisk. Cause you wanna, cause if you're gonna make it from scratch, cause really all etouffee is, honestly, it's just a roux. It's the same thing with gumbo and a lot of other kind of thick consistency dishes that involve rice. They usually start with some sort of roux. And a roux, for the most part, is just flour and butter or flour and oil of some sort. And you whisk it up to whatever it is you want your thickness to be or creaminess to be. But what's important, oh, you know what? Hold please. Did I have some, I almost forgot this. Can you believe that? This is like the Trinity, right? It's the onions and the bell pepper, and this ain't my counter. I told y'all I went to Airbnb, and normally I wouldn't do this, but they making like $4,000 or $5,000 a month, so I can do whatever I want. I said this is Chanel's reality. Get into it. So I added probably like, maybe like half a cup of onions. This has onion, celery, and bell pepper. And these are things that add flavor, honey. So just about anything you're gonna make, they're gonna add flavor to it. Right? So now I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. I like the pink Himalayan salt, but you know, y'all can use whatever salt floats your boat. That's my rice that I had already started cooking. That's done now. Yeah, that's done. So move the rice over. So the way this stove is set up, that's why I like a gas stove, because the other ones, the electric stove, it don't do right. It don't do right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of the flavoring in here, and then we'll turn it up a little bit. So I just use a whole bunch of different Creole seasoning, and then we just see what works. Okay. So this looks like it's might gonna be spicy. Might gonna be. Child, what kind of language? Am I speaking? You know how I choose seasonings, and I think this is crazy, but it is what it is. If it's old people on a seasoning, I typically choose it. Except for this guy. He's not old. This guy, the Spice King, listen, he understands the assignment. He does. So I'm gonna add some garlic powder. You can't really go wrong with garlic powder or onion powder. This is garlic salt. And you know, you just use to whatever, you know, flavor. You don't want to put too much because you remember you have a flavor packet that they gave you. Because that's going to have some flavor in it too. So you don't want to overdo it. I don't know who this white man is, but I use him too. He gives pretty good flavor. I need to open it up somewhere, child. I'm probably going to make this too spicy and then I ain't going to be able to eat it. And it's going to be all my fault. Cause you know what? I don't know if because I got old, like things that I used to like really. I used to be able to eat hot sauce on greens. You know how you have to have greens? You gotta have the red hot or the Louisiana hot sauce. My tongue is like nope. It's like my tongue is sensitive to it, and I hate because I don't like things just because they're spicy. I like spicy flavors, things that are flavorful, but happen to be spicy. Oh, and then I have like some white pepper. I don't know if you guys use white pepper. You can use it for whatever. I usually use white pepper like if I'm gonna make like like something creamy and white. So like Alfredo, I use white pepper because then it doesn't have like the black flakes of pepper. But you can use whatever makes you happy. And then I put a little bit of this blackened seasoning. I use this typically for like if I'm gonna make tilapia or some sort of fish because this right here gets you right, especially if you like spicy. So you see I'm just putting a little bit because my poor little taste buds, you know, they are what they are. So I'm gonna turn this up. And you know, we're just gonna let the butter and then onions and bell peppers, you know what I'm saying, just get all kind of happy. They gotta get to know each other. Yeah, you want them to get happy. Now, if you want this to be even more flavorful, then I would suggest buying a, what's the right word? A fresh onion, a fresh bell pepper, and fresh celery. Because it's gonna, you know, if it's fresh, it's gonna taste better. It just is what it is. But she's been out all day and she's tired, so she decided she's just gonna use the frozen ones, and that's fine too. Actually, I prefer frozen or fresh. I don't really eat anything that's canned because, like, why? Except with the exception of like beans, because if I'm in the mood to make like red beans and rice, then I'll make it from scratch, right? But like, if I need some pinto beans, not pinto beans, what are they called? Baked beans, them damn bush baked beans. Shy, like for some barbecue. I'm not doing that. You know why? Cause bush baked beans, those people, they already discovered the recipe, and I'm gonna just roll with whatever they discovered, right? I don't need to reinvent the wheel. She doesn't. Like, why am I doing this again? Why am I doing that? The Bush family figured it out. They figured it out, so I don't know why I would be. You know what I'm saying? Shy. And then like I don't like when people make seafood, either like seafood gumbo or etouffee or something, and then like the shrimps that they buy are like literally this big. It's just like, why are you doing that? Because you're being cheap? Then don't invite people over for your shrimp etouffee or your gumbo. If your shrimp gotta be this big, like what we doing? You don't want to share it or buy more shrimp, girl? Like I ain't got time. So anyway, I'll show y'all this. I think if I like lean the iPad forward, you'll be able to see it. So hopefully. Let's just see. I think. Okay. We don't want it to fall, child. Okay. All right. So this is what it should look like. I'm just basically sweating these onions, bell pepper, and celery. That's basically what's happening. So now, because I already put like all of the other seasonings. So we're just gonna add this little etouffee packet. And you know, you could buy what you want, but honestly, the Louisiana one, listen. Is to me it's the best flavorful one. Like sometimes like if you go to like you know how they have like those like farmer markets or something like that, and those people made their own specialty roux, those can be good too. I made one of those one time and like served it to my family and was like, yep, I made this. Lies. But no, I told them I didn't make it in the end. But I just wanted to see, because you know people be like, oh, I don't eat that. And it's like, shut up. They be like, I don't want it if it didn't come from scratch. Like, shut up. You don't know. Yes, you do want it. Like, what I did to my husband's team some years ago. So it was like during, I want to say Thanksgiving, like the week of Thanksgiving or something, right? And so it's going to look like, it's going to get thick like this, just so you know, because you're going to add like 3 cups of water to this. But anyway, you want to let the flavors kind of get together. And don't leave this because it will burn. And then you done burnt up your whole etouffee, and that's not good either. But, so for the people that be like, I don't eat sweet potato pie. I only like pumpkin pie. Or the people that's like, I don't eat pumpkin pie. I only eat sweet potato pie. So what I did was, I made pies that were sweet potato pie, and I gave them to my husband to go to work, right? And I was like, tell everybody that this is pumpkin pie. You know, all the people that are not melanated like me, they'll tell them it's pumpkin pie. The ones that's like, I don't eat sweet potato pie because I don't like it. And then I get all of these chats because my husband will send me the chat of the people being like, this is the best pumpkin pie ever tasted. I thought you didn't eat pumpkin pie, sis. Or this is the best sweet potato pie ever tasted. But you swear you didn't eat, you know, sweet potatoes, or you don't eat pumpkin. And so, like, that's why I be like, people just be full of shit. Real talk. Like, low key, they just be full of shit. But I do understand it because I have my quirks. Like, I don't like stuff, and I know this is gonna sound wrong because all my friends always be like, ugh. But like, I don't like white creamy stuff. Get your mind out the gutter, okay? Stop, okay? I know my friends have drugged me for years about that, but I just don't. I'm just like, why exactly would I be putting a glob of white, whatever, pudding in my, like, why am I doing that? Why? She doesn't like that. For what? Okay, so you want it to kind of darken up like this. You see how it's gotten less orange and it's more dark? Okay. I'm going to take this off the heat because, like I said, it will for sure burn, and that ain't good either. And I'm just grab some water real quick. So you're going to need 3 cups of water. Or chicken broth, chicken stock, shrimp broth, or anything like that. Okay. So I'm going to bring this back over here to the heat. Now that I have my water in here, and so like you gotta stir this, right? Because it's all thick and stuff, so I'll let y'all see. See, it's thick. It's just like if you're making a gravy, because that's all a roux is. A roux is a gravy. That's it, that's all. And after you get this all nice and creamy, because honestly, this only needs to cook. Okay, so you're gonna bring this to a boil. Let's start there, okay? You bring this to a boil, but you wanna get all the lumps out, because that's not good, right? So you want to get all the lumps out, and you want to bring this to a boil. And the thing about gravies, whatever your consistency is, when it starts boiling and you turn it down, it's never going to really get thicker than that. So just make sure before you turn it all the way down that it's at the thickness you want. Unless you add more flour or something like that to it, then that will create thickness, but then that takes away from the flavor, right? So then you gotta be going back and forth with the flavor, and you know that can work, it can happen, but with gravies you really kind of want to start on low heat, because if you don't, you'll get the chunks and it'll burn pretty easy. But yeah, you want to start on low heat. That's why when you saw me mixing the vegetables, the onions, the bell pepper and stuff, it wasn't boiling, it wasn't, you know, super hot. And see, now you can see it's getting thicker, right? Now, you gotta bring this to the level of thickness you want. This isn't quite there. It still kind of has like a little watery consistency to it, but it's on its way. This is the point too where you wanna taste. Does this taste good? Do I need to add a little more salt? Do I need to add a little more pepper? And this is the thing about seasoning. Try not to over season, because I could be heavy-handed with the seasoning sometimes. But the thing about it is, if you add too much salt or too much pepper or too much whatever, you can try to dilute it with water, but again, that takes away from whatever your consistency is, right? So it's better to just like season lightly and kindly. Taste it. If it needs some more of something, season that, and then taste it, and then keep going from there. Right? So, you see how it's thick now? This is the consistency you want. All right, so I'm now gonna add my little shrimp in here. And the shrimp, this is the thing with seafood. I said this to you guys before, but seafood cooks very quickly. I have to turn this all the way almost off because, like I said, gas stoves, especially this stove, it's just it works my nerves. The range is almost on off, and you see it's still boiling. If this was a gas stove, it would have stopped boiling. So I'm putting some frozen shrimp in here. I think that's enough. You could also put crawfish. You can put lobster. You know, whatever seafood you like. I probably wouldn't put like scallops because scallops are very temperamental. Why I can't find a place for my shrimp? Yay! Yay! Okay, sorry guys. And since I kind of already know how I season, I know what it's gonna taste like. I don't really need to add anything to this. Because these are frozen, it's gonna take down the temperature of the roux, and that's okay. You don't want to cook this more than 15 minutes. And honestly, if your shrimp are not frozen like mine, I wouldn't cook it more than 6 minutes. You need to have your roux already at whatever thickness and whatever else that you want it to be, because shrimp, like I said, shrimp, crawfish, fish, anything coming out of the ocean can be very temperamental in terms of how it cooks. It might not, it could overcook really quickly. So that's what I'm saying. Don't, I need a top. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, here's the top. I found the top. So yeah, so I'm gonna let this kind of hang out. I'm gonna put the timer on because I know that I will forget being there listening to something on the radio and completely forgot. And now my etouffee didn't went to waste because I didn't burn it up, right? She doesn't burn up stuff a lot, but I'm just saying. I'll be in there living my best lifestyle. Did I add some Zatarans? Oh no, this ain't Zatarans. This is Creole. This is Tony Satchery. Is it Tony Satchery's? I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments. But yeah. And that's it, that's all. So this is gonna cook for about, right now I have it on 13 minutes. I'm gonna turn it up to like a 2. But like I said, shrimp cook pretty quickly. And then once that's done, I'll be ready to eat because I already cooked my rice over here. Ooh, see the rice? She's already cooked the rice. And for the people who be scared, because I have friends who be like, I don't know how to cook rice. And I'm like, how? So I have 2 friends that like have a rice cooker. And I'm just like, I can't with y'all. I cannot, okay? Because why do you need a rice cooker? So this is how I explain to my friends how you cook rice, right? So no matter how much rice you're making, right? So if you say, I'm gonna have a 1 cup of rice, then you automatically gonna have 2 cups of whatever liquid you're boiling your rice in. So if it's just water, then the ratio is 1 to 2. So if you make it 2 cups of rice, the ratio is still 1 to 2, right? So 2 cups of rice is gonna be 4 cups of water. 3 cups of rice, 6 cups of water. And you also wanna make sure the pot can fit the water and the rice, okay? Because there's nothing worse than crunchy rice or mushy rice. It's like bad seafood, you just no bueno, okay? And it doesn't have to be a cup, it could be whatever you want it to be. Just make sure it's double. So this says 1/4 cup of whatever it is. So if you make this much rice, then you need 2 quarts water. That's it. You don't need a whole ass rice cooker. Our grandma's ancestors would be turning over in 8th grade. They ain't had no measuring cups, they figured it out, okay? That's why a pound cake is called a pound cake. It's a pound of flour, pound of sugar, pound of butter. It's a pound of everything. That's where that word came from. That's it, right? So I'm gonna let this cook for the next 11 minutes, and then I'll probably take some photos of the etouffee and I'll post it later. But thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. Shout out to all my subscribers. If you like the content that you're receiving, you enjoy it, please subscribe or consider subscribing. Hit the like button that way. Oh, and the notification button, because if you hit the notification button, it'll notify you, essentially is what it says. It'll notify you if I upload, if I start a live or anything going on with my channel, it'll notify you guys. It's a free and easy way to support my channel. So with that being said, I'm about to wait for this crawfish etouffee to finish, and I'm gonna live my best life, okay? Bothering absolutely nobody in my bed, okay? So she's tired, okay? Anyway, bye guys, talk to you later.